Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, Max here with another great business to discuss on this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guest is Christine, and she's selling her display advertising, digital product, Amazon Associates, and affiliate business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show, Christine. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. I'm looking forward to hearing about your business. But before we do that, I'll give a brief summary. So it's a display advertising, digital product, Amazon Associates and affiliate business in the lifestyle and finance niche, created in January 2016. The average monthly revenue for the business is $3,062 per month and makes an average of $2,730 per month in net profit. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 48332 to learn more about the business. Included in the sale is the domain, an email list of almost 13,000 subscribers, social media accounts including Facebook, Twitter and Pinterest, 4 digital products and the SOPs. So now that I've given an overview of the business, Christine, would you mind telling us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
Yeah, well, this was actually my first. So I started this in 2016 and did all kinds of learning to understand how to build an online business. And it took off within about 6 months. I was making regular income from it, and it just has been able to grow and grow pretty much every year since. So it's been really exciting to learn so many things and see it grow and see my readers really connect with the content of the site. It's just been an awesome experience.
And how did you come up with the idea to start this particular one?
This is just kind of a combination of all the things I love talking about. I love helping people simplify, I call them the logistics of everyday life. So, we all have to eat, we all have to deal with money, we all have homes that need to be taken care of. So trying to help give people practical, actionable things they can do to make those necessities simpler has been kind of the mission of the site. So there's a lot of different topics to talk about and different focuses to have, which has really been fun.
And how does this business primarily make money?
The main income has been through display advertising. I've gotten, really from the start, had awesome page views, which has led to good display advertising income. A huge amount of that comes from Pinterest and then also from Google SEO. And then I've also gotten into a lot of different affiliates, just little bits here and there, but it all adds up. And then creating my own digital products. So there are PDF printables and a PDF book and a digital course that are included with the website.
And seeing as you've mentioned it, how did you go about creating those digital products? Was it something that you did, or did you outsource it?
I did it all by myself. I have a background in art, and so doing the design of the products was something I was really interested in already, and I had a lot of fun creating them. And then the digital course was a whole new ball game, but I figured that out as I went. So they've all been really great, especially the PDF printables. People absolutely love those.
And why do you think people should choose these business models? What to you was so appealing about these different variants?
I really wanted to diversify the business so that I wasn't relying on one single source of income, because that can, have issues of its own. So having a few different ways of making money has been really appealing. So the display advertising kind of just happened when my page views took off. And then I did focus on doing more affiliates and creating the digital products so that I could have multiple sources of income.
Where does the majority of your traffic come from?
Definitely Pinterest. That's been really from day one. I think because of my arts background, creating pins that were visually appealing has been something that I found interesting for sure. So that's been a huge source of traffic and has been, since the very, very beginning. And then I have focused more on Google SEO over the last year and seen that grow.
So could you describe the amount and type of work that you do on this site currently?
Yeah, I spend about, I'd say 10 to 15 hours on the site on average. It kind of depends week to week. That sometimes I'll do a really, really busy week just to try and get ahead on things so that I have more time off, which is one of the benefits of being your own boss and working from anywhere in the world. So the big thing is creating the weekly content. I have a blog post that comes out every Monday morning. So you can create those week to week. I usually will take 1 week and create 4 to 8 blog posts all in one go. Then I've got those scheduled out for a while. So that's a big chunk of things. I also have a weekly newsletter that comes out on Tuesdays. That's takes 15 minutes to put together each week. And then after that, it's really just focusing on any other projects I want to do, like promoting a certain affiliate or doing a sale of my own digital products and going into the email marketing, just writing emails for those or to promote the blog posts as well.
Are there any employees working with you?
No, I've actually done everything all by myself for the entirety of the business, which has been great because I've learned how to do everything by myself, though you could certainly outsource a great deal of it if you wanted to.
And why are you deciding to sell the business then instead of keeping it and growing it?
I just want to move on to a different business. Actually, I'm creating a different online business of a totally different topic. So I kind of wanted a clean break from this one, which is a bit of a hard decision to let go of this great site that's been earning money consistently. But I just want a clean break to move on to something new.
And just jumping back to the content creation, would you mind just sort of briefly describing how you go about creating content?
Yeah, a lot of it is based on personal experience, but I'll do look up some Google SEO research to find topics or questions that need answering for my audience, and maybe a little bit of research. And I create blog posts that are probably around the 2,000 word mark, along with some images that go along with them. But yeah, it's really whatever topics kind of strike me as interesting that I want to talk about.
You also mentioned the email list there. Could you tell us a bit about sort of maybe how the sequences are set up, if there are any?
Yes, I have 3 specific sales funnels that I use with the email list. So they're just under 13,000 subscribers. To get onto the email list, there are a variety of free offers for people, usually free PDFs. And once they sign into those, they're put into one of the 3 sales funnels. So I have a sales funnel for personal finance, one for meal planning, and one for decluttering and home organization. So there's a sequence of emails that get sent out automatically, usually about a week's worth, and then the end of that sequence gives them the option to purchase one of my digital products. So one of the PDFs or ebook or digital course at the end of that email sequence.
If you were to keep this business, what are some ways that you would try to grow it?
I think I would focus on some different topics than I have. So I've talked a lot in the past about budgeting and money saving and meal planning and decluttering. And I think I would be switching gears to talk about more home organization or deeper personal finance topics, or branching out even more into helping people make money from home. Those are all topics I've hit on in the past, but I see a lot of room for being able to make money with those topics, and people want that information. So that's definitely where I'd focus the content.
What do you think are some of the biggest risks associated with a site like this that a buyer should be aware of?
I think just that, owning any kind of business, there are fluctuations to how things go. Traffic usually dips in the summer and is better at the end of the year. Ad money is better at the end of the year than it is January 1st. So, and of course, with the coronavirus, that kind of took a hit to the ad money for a while, though it is recovering. Like any other business you own, there are just those kinds of risks. It's not a steady paycheck, though it has been steadily profitable for years now. So just understanding the fluctuations, once you're in this kind of business for a while, you kind of get the hang of how things fluctuate. So it's not something to be concerned about, but there is that to consider for sure.
And if a buyer was to come in for this business, would you be willing to commit to a non-compete?
Yes, absolutely. I'm starting a new business in a different niche. So yeah, I won't be talking about these things online anymore for quite a while.
And how much support are you offering to buyers? Is that email support?
Yes, 30 days of email support to help them get up and running and answer any questions they have about how things are set up.
Something we sort of like to do towards the end of this is maybe give some advice to people that are just starting out in their online business journey. So is there anything that you learned from creating this business that you might apply to future businesses?
I think just the idea that you have to go for it. I mean, I see a lot of people that would love to have an online business. They would love to work from home. And at the end of the day, you just have to take action and go for it to make it happen. And that's the great thing about buying a website, I'm sure, is that, there's already an established audience. It's already making money. There's already a good sized email list. So that really gets you up and running so much faster than starting from scratch. But you do just have to go for it. And otherwise you can be like the people I talk to all the time that for years and years, they say, oh, I would love to have that. I would love to do that. But if you don't take any action, it's not going to happen. So I'm all for just taking action and going for it.
Yeah, totally agree. Wise words. Was there any software or tools that really helped you at the start of running this?
I mean, having a WordPress site has been great because WordPress is pretty easy to get the hang of. I use ConvertKit for my email list, which is great because they have all kinds of automated sequences and tagging that you can use to divide out your audience. So that really simplifies things. I do use Tailwind as an online scheduler for Pinterest. So, most of my traffic comes from Pinterest. I spend probably an hour once a month to schedule out all of the pins that are going to be scheduled on Pinterest. And then I just forget about it for another month, which is wonderful.
And the last few questions from me. Putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think that this is a business worth buying?
I think this is a really great opportunity because there's just so much room to add your own voice and perspective if these are topics you like talking about, and you can take the site in any direction you want to because I've talked about such a broad range of topics. It's all kind of fallen under the umbrella of intentional living as kind of the main overhead topic, but you really could go in any direction with that if you want to turn it into more of a finance site or more of a how to make money from home site or home organization site. You really could focus it in on any topic, but there's such a great established audience, such an awesome email list. It's been a really positive experience. All of my readers are so encouraging and positive. So I think it's just a great opportunity for someone to jump in and add their own voice to the site.
Is there anything else you'd like to share that I might have missed?
I don't think so.
Well, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to theempireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 48332. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. And I'll see you in the next episode.